Hello, dear viewers. Today I'm going to be talking about the United States and its war with Iran. Let's get started. Hello. Today I'm going to be talking about the war between the US and Iran and Israel, and I want to discuss America's perspective on it, their diplomatic stance, and their reasons for engaging in the war. Uh, I want to start off by saying that I give my condolences to all the people who have died in this war so far, and that I hope peace can prevail. I am not trying to warmonger in this video, but trying to give analysis. If I say something offensive, I hope you, the viewer, will forgive me, and I apologize in advance. Here, I want to show what happened before the war, the diplomacy. On February 5th, in the Hindu, it was reported that Iran and the US would hold nuclear talks in Muscat on February 6th. After weeks of uncertainty and military tensions in the Persian Gulf, uh, it was confirmed on Thursday that Iran would hold nuclear talks with the US in the Omani capital Muscat on Friday, February 6, 2026. Nuclear talks with the United States are scheduled to be held in Muscat. We are grateful to our Omani brothers, says Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi. Iran says that wants to focus its talks on the peaceful nuclear program, but the U.S. wants the framework to also include Iran's ballistic missile program and support for various militia groups in the region. The U.S. has deployed fighter jets, warships, and an aircraft carrier to West Asia, threatening to use force against Iran. Tehran, a live fire drill near the Strait of Hormuz attack would spark a regional war. So we can see that they were already making threats to each other when the diplomacy began. Then, according to the Times of Israel, uh, on the 6th of February, it was reported that Uh, two rounds of indirect talks in Oman on Friday were held, and they have appeared to return to the starting point on how to approach discussions over Tehran's nuclear program. And Iranian and US officials expect further talks to take place in the coming days. So we can see the talks did not end immediately. They held for the first day and we're going to continue. Then on the 26th of February, US Iran talks concluded with claims of progress but few details. Another round of indirect talks between Iranian and United States officials ended with the mediator claiming significant progress, but still no clear evidence that either side was willing to concede enough. The Iranian foreign minister said further technical talks would be held week in Vienna and progress had been good. So we can see from this that there was progress from at least from in the opinion of Oman and Iran. So it's not like just because talks concluded for that month that there were not going to be any talks in the future. There was a possibility it could have continued. And reports in major outlets that Tehran has floated a commercial bonanza, understood less as an investment and roadmap than as a survival strategy. Iranian officials appear to be reframing diplomacy as a commercial opportunity. The Financial Times reported on February 26 as talks were underway in Geneva that Tehran has offered access to major energy and mineral resources to the United States during the negotiations. However, we now know that none of these offers by Iran were successful in uh, convincing the United States not to conduct a military action against them. Now, what we know so far is that in this war, US and Israeli militaries are hammering Iran for a second week. Iranian forces are striking back across Middle East. Global financial and energy markets are full of volatility. And we can see that basically this is going to be a long, drawn out war. And it's unlikely that it's not 100% confirmed that the United States will win. Although the United States is well on its way to achieving these objectives, which is to degrade Iran's nuclear program, ballistic missiles, navy, drones, and control of its terror proxies, and all these capabilities are badly degraded, with, for example, more than 50 Iranian naval vessels resting on the sea floor. A better government in Iran that is more cooperative internationally and that respects the human rights of its people is also desirable, but that outcome is largely in the hands of the Iranian people. Yes, but the Iranian people are now being attacked. So, um, incidentally, but they are suffering from this war. Many Iranian people also support the government. Not all of them oppose it. So it's not correct to view imply that somehow America is liberating Iran. And ultimately, I think that the United States has made a mistake in going to this war. That it should have accepted the the economic offer by Iran to invest in Iran's oil infrastructure and industries. It would have benefited the United States economically, and I also that they should have continued the negotiations, although they did not come to a conclusion. Progress had been made, and they were going to continue in March. So it's unfortunate that now that it would happen. I think right now the United States should withdraw from the military campaign as quickly as possible and make a diplomatic arrangement with Iran that isn't based on what Israel wants, but what is necessary for the United States would be to have a positive relationship with the country. That would include removing sanctions from Iran and having trade between them and people to people ties. So yes, I hope that the United States can start negotiations with Iran, though I'm aware that Iran has refused negotiations. If Iran refuses negotiations, then I think the US should simply leave the war entirely and let Israel have deal with it because it's ultimately Iran is Israel's threat and it is not a direct threat to the continental United States. And yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Please share your thoughts in the comment section. If you want to see other videos about uh, my Indian nationalism in countries outside South Asia, click here. If you want to see the source I used for this video, click here. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.